It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Now, before we get into this video, I want to go ahead and just put out a trigger warning for anybody that's been involved in any sort of, domestic issue. I want y'all to understand we're talking about Jonathan Majors and his case, okay? Now, it's already known, or for most people, it's already known that he just lost. He's been found guilty on 2 out of 4 counts. We're going to go over all of that. He was also just dropped by Marvel Studios. So all of the whole setup that they've been having going on within the MCU, it's now being either canceled or they're going to find somebody to be his replacement, which is going to be crazy because who's going to replace him? But we're going to get into all of that as well. Okay? Yeah, it's a crazy day. It's a crazy day. This has been going on for months. I first talked about this probably back in March or April, something like that. The last couple weeks I've been opting out of talking about it because I just wanted to see what the results of the case were going to be, what the trial was going to end up being. I didn't want to just keep doing update video after update video just to do another update video. I know there's a lot of people out there that would do that. There's a lot of people out there that would drag it along just to get more views, engagement, and of course monetization. But, after you talk about a subject 2 or 3 times, you really want to get to a resolution, honestly. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm on Variety.com because this is one of the more reliable websites, but of course they can be biased as well. But it says, Marvel Studios drops Jonathan Majors following guilty verdict for harassment and assault. Furthermore, they say, Marvel Studios has parted ways with Jonathan Major, the actor cast to play Kang, the central antagonist in the multiverse saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, after he was convicted today on 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault of Miss Grace Jabbari, his ex-girlfriend. Of course, we know he's dating Megan Good now. A source close to the studio confirmed this decision to Variety. In the verdict, Majors was also found not guilty of 1 count of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and 1 count of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. As previously stated, the actor was arrested on March 25th on assault and harassment charges after Ms. Jabbari accused Majors of assaulting her in the backseat of a private car after she took his phone to read a text that he'd received from another woman. That text was labeled Cleopatra. I'm guessing that we're now seeing that is now Megan Good because Cleopatra was what? African black queen. Things go south. He's now with the African black queen. So he was stepping out on this lady. That was his first mistake, I ain't gonna lie. Jabbari alleged that Majors forcefully retrieved his phone from her, causing an excruciating injury to her right middle finger, and when she exited the car, Majors hit her on the back of her head and then tried to force her back into the car, causing a cut behind her right ear. Now, there is going to be some footage that I'm going to play. A lot of times I just play audio, but there's not much audio to be had, so we're going to have to play video just to show some of the scenes or some of the pieces and clips of incidents that happened that night, just so we could have a full context or at least a more full range of context of what was going on, because some of this stuff has been debunked in visuals. The 34-year-old actor denied that he assaulted her. His defense team has alleged that she was the aggressor when she took his phone. There's also video of that. During the nearly 2-week trial, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office released a series of disturbing texts between Majors and Jabbari and an audio recording that has been used as evidence. Now, there was some text from back in September in which she had some sort of injury. He told her not to go to the hospital. We don't know what happened there. There's a lot of people that are alleging that he may have done something violent to her at that time and that he was trying to hide it because he didn't want things to get out of hand. And it's possible that that could be true. However, he was not in court for what happened in September, okay? Now, there's also audio of when he told her that she needed to be more like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama to support him because he was doing a lot of good things for the black community and he was making an impact on the world, and he didn't want to have his girlfriend out here getting drunk with her friends, coming to his house, messing things up, causing scenes that could possibly get them with negative attention. Unfortunately, he still got it. Since his arrest, Majors has also been dropped by his talent manager, Entertainment 360, and his publicity firm, The Lit A Company. He's no longer involved with the Protagonist Pictures film The Man in My Basement. The U.S. Army also pulled a major ad campaign featuring Majors, as did the Texas Rangers baseball team. Several other projects involving Majors, including Spike Lee's The Understudy for Amazon and the Dennis Rodman film 48 Hours in Vegas for Lionsgate, remain in limbo. So at this point, We're not sure if they're going to move forward with these films or if they're going to cancel them as well, because it's just happened today. Probably deliberating on how they want to handle this, depending on when these films are actually going to be dropped. I think Spike Lee would probably move forward, but we don't know. When it comes to Amazon and Lionsgate, these are huge studios. These are huge platforms. So we don't know if they're going to take a chance. We'll have to see. However, Marvel's decision to sever ties with the actor registers as the most high-profile professional consequence of his arrest. He first played a version of the multiverse-hopping villain Kang in the season finale of the 2021 series Loki, which was an episode that established the primary storytelling engine for the MCU moving forward, as he was a vital, pivotal figure at the heart of it. Earlier in the year, Variety did report that Marvel executives led by studio chief Kevin Feige, they discussed the possibility of having to pivot away from Kang to focus on another major villain. Of course, that was because of Jonathan Majors' trial. They didn't know what was going to happen. So they've been making plans behind the scenes to see how they were going to move forward if they had to take him out. Now, with his departure official, Feige and his team have some formidable creative decisions ahead, including whether to recast a new actor as Kang or cancel the Kang dynasty outright and reconfigure the remainder of this multiverse saga. The career fallout for Majors could be even more severe. He began 2023 as one of the most in-demand actors in the industry, co-headlining Creed 3 with Michael B. Jordan, who has his own range of issues going on right now. They're saying that he crashed into a car speeding out in LA. They're now investigating, saying that he might have been trying to race a Ferrari on the street. They're alleging that he was drunk driving. So he's going to have some pushback on him. We're not talking about Michael B. Jordan right now, but that's what's the latest on him. And he also earned acclaim, out of the Sundance Film Festival for his performance in the bodybuilding drama magazine Dreams. Unfortunately, Searchlight Pictures, which is a Disney subsidiary, they picked up the magazine Dreams film and they pulled it from their calendar in October, which they have not yet released or put out a new release date for that film. So it looks like that's being canned as it comes from the Disney umbrella. They say Majors still has faith in the process and looks forward to fully clearing his name. That's what his defense attorney, Priya Chaudhry, said in a statement. She says, "It is clear that the jury did not believe Grace Jabbari's story of what happened in the SUV because they found that Mr. Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her. We are grateful for that. We are disappointed, however, that despite not believing Ms. Jabbari, the jury nevertheless found that Mr. Majors was somehow reckless while she was attacking him." Now, when it comes to harassment in the second degree, this is when a person is guilty of the intent to harass, annoy, or alarm another person, right? Let's look at those words: harass, annoy, or alarm. These don't have necessarily to do with physical strikes, right? Now they continue. He or she strikes, shoves, kicks, or otherwise subjects such other person to physical contact or attempts or threatens to do the same. As we see in the video that I'm going to play shortly, he's seen getting out of a car in the middle of the street, jumping out. She continues to follow him as he's trying to jump out and get away from her. He tries to place her back into the car, pushing her. She kind of hit her head. He puts her back in the car, tries to cross the street. She catches back up with him. She puts him with a 2-3 piece on him. He kind of gives her a lead-off push like he's in a basketball game. And he runs off like Jesse Owens. Okay? So what we're going to do here is actually watch this video. I'm going to share my screen with y'all as I stated I would. Here we go. There's no audio, so I'm going to have to narrate this. You see, there's a car, middle of the street. It's right here. He's trying to put her back in the car. She did bump her head at the top of the vehicle. He's trying to get her in there. She's tussling with him. He did not prove successful. They're crossing the street. Okay. Over here, he's trying to run. She jumps on him. He runs off again. Close up. Boom. She kind of smudges her head at the top of the door. This is what they're calling harassment. Him pushing her into the car, trying to get away, because she allegedly put hands on him inside the car. Right? He's trying to get off. He's trying to get away. She starts 2-piecing him up. He runs off. And as you can see, she's chasing him up the block. If anyone's being harassed, it looks like it would be him, right? Because he's trying to remove himself from a situation and she will not allow him to go. So he had to hit the jets. She's continuing to chase. There's a white SUV coming. She almost gets hit while trying to pursue this man. He busts the corner. She's lagging behind. This is a 2-minute video. I really hope YouTube don't take this down. We see he's running. This scene here is going to be vital as well because I think this is around the area of the apartment that he's staying at. We see her come back out eventually, talking to some strangers that she ended up having a party with, going to the club to shake ass. Here we are. She's talking to these gentlemen. And in this scene, y'all can't hear, but she's saying, do you guys know who Jonathan Majors is? He put his hands on me. He's cheating on me with another woman. Blase blah. These people are trying to console and comfort her as they're figuring out where their ride is to go to the club. Jonathan Majors eventually comes back out. She tries to approach him. She comes near him. He flinches a little bit and keeps it moving. She's acting like she's distraught. She continues to follow him. He turns around, making it known he wants nothing to do with her. She continues to chase. Now, we do have a little bit of sound with this video, okay? I got my headphones on this time around.
No way.
So they're offering her the opportunity to call him with his phone, right? Completely unrelated, but y'all people see this sign that says, please use the other door. This door is flopping loud as hell, and y'all still will not go through the other one. Y'all still using that shit, and it is flapping, killing me with this loud ass clinging. As of right now, they're indicating that her ear shows no signs of bleeding after she was placed back in the car. They're also going to show you her hand, which her middle finger, I believe it was, has some sort of bruises on it the day she was discovered, which is the following morning. As of right now, no bruising, no hurt, no blood, no nothing.
I don't want to leave you because we're about to get in our car. And I don't need a car. Okay. I know where I live. So I live in all right. Okay, I'll get you. All right, fair game, Shirley. Okay, Mom.
So now they're offering to get her a cab so that she can go where she needs to go because he's not going to let her into this apartment, right? So they're offering to get her a cab. As y'all can see in the corner here, they said she scrolls through the phone and holds her heavy coat with her right hand that is supposedly severely injured.
I'll give you the money.
She says, give me your Venmo. They're offering her money so that she can get the hell on. And eventually she still ends up going with them rather than going on her own way to find her way back to her own spot, hotel for the night or anything, right?
I've heard. $30 if I'm ever homeless in like 5 years. We can't leave this scroll. No, we'll do it all. We'll do it all. We got it. I prefer your t-shirt. You're fine. You're just fine. You're gonna get where you need to be. Okay, then you have to put that on him. That's his fault.
Here we have Jonathan Majors. He's looking for the car that's going to be picking him up. I'm guessing this is some sort of Uber Black, maybe a personal driver. We don't know. But he's trying to get on.
Yo.
We saw this earlier, but they're showing it again.
Bro.
This dude even tried to go approach this nigga. He was finna get knocked the fuck out. He was going to have to get assault charges. You know what I'm saying? He was going to be suing too that same night had he. Shout out to the other white lady for grabbing him up because he was finna get his ass took out. He was finna see what Creed 3 was all about. Shout out to Miss Cat, aka Miss Marco Polo. She's been keeping tabs on this case. She was actually showing up in court as well, documenting things for this case. So there's a lot more. So he ends up getting to his car, right? Then Miss Jabbari jumps on the other side. The court was showing video at this point of Major's coat suddenly revealing a white shirt underneath. Jabbari is seen pulling and yanking at his coat. His coat pocket is ripped and his buttons have been popped off. All right. Majors ends up calling his manager. He goes to a hotel and stays there for the night. He took these photos. All right. So now the photos we see, he's got a mark on his chin. He's got a scratch on his arm. He's got blood on his pillow from when he slept at the hotel. All right. So she eventually goes out with this group of people. We see that big red arrow on her going in. And she has a good old time, all right? You see her here. She's ordering drinks. She allegedly ran up a tab with his credit card that night, like a $800 bottle of champagne, plus all of the rounds that were paid for that night were on his card, even though they were offering her money to do what she needed to do. So we don't have any audio here. They're at the Moxie Hotel about to drink and have a good-ass time. Same drinks that he was chastising her about before, I suppose. Got another video, her of here in this green section. She's in the club by the DJ booth. Okay. Got another video here. She's talking to the DJ. She gives him something. I don't know if she's paying him to play a song or what. They zoom in. She's talking to the DJ. She bouncing around. Still in the DJ area. She falls. She hits her head or something, looks like, while talking to the DJ. We have her talking to this lady here. Still using her hands perfectly fine. No injuries. Grabbing both phones. Walking off. Now we've got her going up the stairs. Her middle finger is allegedly broken. Right, here she goes. She grabs the railing without a problem on the right-hand side checkered shirt. But her right middle finger supposedly broken. All right. We got video of her at 1:56 a.m. They're at the bar. Like I said, Major's credit card record shows she used his card to buy rounds of drinks for her companions and an $800 bottle of champagne. She used her allegedly injured right hand to dig through her bag, handle the car, and hold her drink. At this point, she's dancing. Right? And they say that she's being twirled around using that same right hand with a broken finger. Having a great ass time. At the same time she's doing all of this, I just showed y'all the photos of Jonathan Major's scratched arm and scratched chin. 2 o'clock a.m. While she's at Lucy's being consoled by the new friends, Jonathan Majors was photographing his injuries at the Mark Hotel with a scratch on his wrist, a gouge on his cheek, allegedly from Grace, her sharp fingernails as they struggled over his phone. They've also got photos of Jonathan Majors' coat that he was wearing during this altercation, buttons ripped off, pocket torn loose. 3:25, Jabbari's on her way up to Majors' Chelsea penthouse where they were before. She calls and texts him 32 times, finally sending an alleged text of unaliving herself before going silent. He sent her a text that night breaking up with her while she was out, if I'm not mistaken, and he turned his phone off and went to sleep. 9:19 a.m. Majors wakes up at the Mark Hotel with his face stuck to the pillow with dry blood. Right? I showed y'all the blood on his pillow. After finally seeing her text from the previous night, Majors goes home, has a handyman unlock his bedroom. He sees pills and vomit on his bed. Finds Jabbari passed out in his closet, calls 911. She wakes up. Cops see her swollen purple finger and blood behind her ear, and they arrest Jonathan Majors. She's taken in for a psych evaluation. As y'all can see, these updates don't have very many views. They don't have very many likes, shares. So this is kind of the story that's not being told on the internet. They also have Jonathan Majors' 911 call, right? So this is the next morning when he can't get into his apartment. She's locked him out. They got his audio from his call.
Penthouse D. Garden David, right? This is in Manhattan or in Brooklyn?
This is.
Hello, sir?
Yes, ma'am. This is
You're
Manhattan.
losing service. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, it's okay. It's in Manhattan.
All right. So this is Penthouse D. Just stay on the line, all right?
Okay, what is?
Penthouse D as in David. Don't worry about it. Speaking to me is not delaying anything. I just need some help, some information for the crew. They're already on the way, okay?
Okay.
That's them. All right, let me get them going. What happened exactly? Do you know?
No, I don't know. She's unconscious.
Okay.
She's naked from the bottom down. She has sweatshirt on. She's my ex-partner.
Right.
We broke up. I came back. She sent me text messages insinuating as much. I stayed in a hotel last night. I came home this morning. I banged on the door. I've been at the apartment for about 40 minutes now. I banged at the door. I couldn't get in. I finally went downstairs and asked the doorman to help us. And they let me in via the handyman.
Handyman had to bust in there.
All right.
Yeah. She's 30 years old. White, female.
All right. Does she suffer from anything prior to?
Or
Or no, she has a medical condition or history?
I would maybe say so. She has a history with...
What's her name?
Her name is Grace. Caitlin Natasha Jabbari.
Grace. All right. Do you know what she did or what she took, or you don't know?
No, I don't know. I just know she's...
All right. No problem, sir.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get you over to the EMS. Do not hang up, all right? They're already en route, okay?
Okay.
All right. Stay on the line. Hold on. Arrow? 639 2880 for the job number 1749.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, this is 252 7th Avenue in Manhattan.
Yes, sir. Right over Whole Foods.
And the patient's breathing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, she is.
Okay, is she awake?
No.
And phone number for you, 214-601-9547?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
This is Penthouse Diaz and David?
Yes, sir. Penthouse Diaz and David.
Okay, you're with her right now?
I've come downstairs to let the lobby men know that you guys are on the way.
So they're going to be there as soon as possible.
Y'all can hear in his voice he's shook up. I know he's an actor, but damn.
Okay. What should I do? What should I do?
If you could just make sure the door's open, and when you get upstairs, she didn't fall and hit her head, anything that you know of, right?
No, I think I saw a cut behind her ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 30 years old.
I mean, if he did that to her, why would he point out his own inflicted wounds, you know?
So if you could just, when you get back upstairs, we just want you to keep an eye on her breathing. If she wakes up, we don't want to give her anything to eat or drink. Like I said, they're already
I
responding.
think they just walked in. Okay. I think this is the audience too.
The fire department?
I called them on with the
We'll cut this off. I mean, y'all heard the call, okay? So now, this is NYPD body cam video of cops entering Jonathan Majors' penthouse about 5 minutes after he called. He covers Jabbari's bottom half with a blanket before they walk in on her because she had her drawers off and stuff. Remember, their WhatsApp messages show that she was talking to her friend Holly just 13 minutes before he got home, but now all of a sudden she's unconscious. Let's run this back. Grabs a blanket, runs upstairs. Some people say he's trying to get access to her, but he already had access to her, so what sense would that make? They're going upstairs. All right. Bedroom. Into the closet, which is by the restroom. She's laid out. He puts it on her. Cop tells him to come out. At this point, they're trying to aid her in some way. He's stepping out of the way. She's out there putting on her best acting impression. We saw none of those marks on her hand the previous night. She's acting like she can't even move. She's crying. I would assume she's crying because she can't believe this nigga called the police. So look, man, I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm not none of that type of stuff, man. I'm not an abuse apologist. I'm not somebody that goes up for men very often. I hate niggas. You know what I'm saying? Call me Uncle Ruckus if you like. I'm not on that level, but I don't hang out with too many men. I got about 5 or 6 that I grew up with that I've known for the majority of my life. I don't really got too many new friends. I don't be going up for niggas like that. So I'm not biased in covering this. I just wanted to show you guys the footage that's available. I think there may be a little bit more that I wasn't able to necessarily obtain at this moment. But all signs lead to the fact that Jonathan Majors was trying to get away. He was trying to remove himself from the situation. She didn't want to let up. She wanted to chase him. She hit him. She visibly did that on camera. All he did was push her back into the car. She may have grazed her head on the car while he pushed her. He's being found guilty of third-degree assault and third-degree harassment for those things. If you want to call him guilty for that, you can. You know, that's what he was found guilty of in court. But for anybody that wants to go out here and smear his name, say that he deserved to be dropped from Marvel, to lose his role in all the upcoming films and advertisements and promotions and endorsements that he had, if you feel that that is justified by what you saw on this video today, we're going to pray for you. Okay? That's all I can say. Right, left, up, or down, we're going to pray for you. Now, what I think Jonathan Majors' worst mistake was that when they had any other encounters leading up to this particular night, he should have left this girl. If she was showing signs of mental illness or mental, like she was having explosions on him, outbursts on him, I don't think that was her first time hitting him. I think he tried to report when she hit him. The state of New York threw it out. There was a witness that walked past them while she was hitting him. He pushed her off and ran. Where was that witness? Why didn't that person show up in court? They brought the driver. He said, well, he said his account, they tried to discredit the driver. In this moment, I will speak to the men out there. Don't be afraid to leave. If someone's showing signs, don't be afraid to leave. I know it feels bad. You don't want to leave them. They're stranded and abandoned. They feel like they ain't got nobody else. You're the one there looking out for them. Sometimes you got to let it go. Because let Jonathan Majors be the example. There's so many other guys in jail, got charges on them, you know, got probation, all this different shit that have had to endure this because they didn't leave soon enough, because they got wrongfully accused or wrongfully convicted. In relationships, it's tough. You want to give people chances to get it right. You want to give chances. And this is for anybody, period. But I'm speaking to men specifically because a lot of guys get charged, get convicted. We don't see the proof. We don't see evidence. We don't see film that can actually indicate their innocence. So we think they're all fucked up, bad, abusive. And there's a lot that are. But there's also people that don't rightfully protect themselves, and then they find themselves in a compromising position because they have no proof to justify their innocence. When the going gets too tough, let that shit go. If you don't do it for nobody else, do it for yourself. Parents might like, oh, wow, what happened to her? Where'd she go? We loved her. Yeah, I did too, or at least I thought I did. She had to go. Okay? You'll love somebody else soon enough. I ain't gonna be single too long because I know how to get it out here. But yeah, that's over. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all I got for y'all. You know, he's still with Megan Good. People are trying to understand what's going to happen with her. Is she still going to be accepted in Hollywood? Is she still going to get roles being that they're in a relationship? I think that a lot of people are going to step back from her as well because they're going to try to say that she's an abuse apologist, that she's aiding and abetting in that behavior. So I think people are going to silently step back from her. She's going to get some bullshit on roles that she had. They're going to tell her other reasons, but it's going to be because of this. We don't know how long Jonathan Majors is going to be down, if he's going to be able to recover, if there's going to be a moment where he gets to redeem himself. I personally feel like if he's got more documentation, if he's got further evidence that could help him, he's going to have to put out his own documentary before he can actually be publicly redeemed. It's a sad case, man. And there's a lot of people out there that are like, that's what happens when you deal with white women. I don't want to criticize him for his choice on racial, you know, who he likes to deal with. There's nothing legally wrong with dating a white woman as a black man. However, I put it across the board, across ethnicity, nationality, race, creed, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Motherfuckers start showing you they crazy, get up out of there. Motherfuckers start making you crazy, get up out of there. That's my message for the people for tonight. All right? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video if you choose. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. I will see y'all later. That's all I got for y'all. Okay? Much love and respect. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace.
King of my city in cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.